effectively, there will be some updates to LOD, okay, but there won't be anything that you can see, okay, in the end of June, okay. So there's not something really from that point of view to discuss. However, what I would like to, just reiterate again is some of the features that are coming, okay. So if you attended launch, you would have seen there would have been the official announcement around actually getting first-class support for GCP, so Google Cloud. So we will actually start to enable that in the platform next month. We'll then start to produce some of our own labs, the challenge labs on GCP, and then we should be looking to enable customer support for customers that want it in the September push. Okay, so that's the sort of timeline. As with any development, everything's subject to move about. The other things that we showed at launch, just mock-ups, so these are things that are again going to get released over the summer, is we're going to change the dashboard. So there's going to be a new dashboard coming out. So you'll all see the dashboard. We use the dashboard quite a lot. And that'll be coming out. And what you'll also notice in the top left-hand corner is actually LOD's getting a rebrand. So it's now going to be known as the Skillable Studio. Okay. But you'll see the dashboard, little different layouts. You've got a lot more functions from the dashboard directly, like the ability to launch labs directly from the dashboard by going to current instances and connecting to them. And this also introduces something else that we're also going to introduce is a piece of technology called the Lab Advisor. So the Lab Advisor is going to proactively analyze the configuration of your labs, and it's going to highlight to you effectively best practice. So that's the idea behind it. When the Lab Advisor actually gets released initially, it's only going to have a few rules, but we're actually got about, I think we're just coming over the 100 rules we want Lab Advisor to be able to analyze at the moment. And we're always happy for people to make suggestions as we release it. So hopefully by the time we get to the end of the year, it will actually be sort of advising on things that you can do to improve your labs. Okay. So if you did actually sort of drill in, this would be a slightly more detailed page where you could actually sort of build filters, and it would allow you to see based on the severity, the improvements you can make. And ultimately, there are scenarios, of course, where you might want deliberately badly configured labs. Imagine things like network troubleshooting labs. You might want things like duplicate MAC addresses. That's something someone's got to find as an example. So you do have the ability to sort of turn off alerts for certain lab profiles for a period of time, indefinitely, all those sorts of things. Okay. And when you click on those, I've got a screen grab of that, it would drill you into like specific actions you could take to try to resolve that problem as well. We're not just going to highlight there are issues, we're also going to give you the remediation steps. On the roadmap, but it won't be there, if I'm honest about it, I don't expect it to be there this year. We are also going to put in like fix me buttons. So in some contexts, we'll fix the problem for you as well if you press the button. Okay. It depends on the lab and the problem, because sometimes you might need to make decisions. So again, just thinking about the dual MAC, you've got two VMs with the same MAC address. Actually, one of the things we'd need to know is which VM would you want to fix. You might only want to change one of them and so on. So there'll be limits to what the fix me will do. The other thing which I don't have a screen grab for is the new instruction editor. So again, if you attended launch, you might have seen that. So we're actually effectively what the new instruction editor is going to give you, if you haven't seen it, is it's going to give you the ability to effectively have predefined objects that you could drag on to the instruction editor page. So just imagine, for example, you can actually design your own page layout, and then you can just click on one icon and it will actually pre-fill the page with the correct layout, and then you just have to go and pre-build your text. You can create what we call snippets. So these would be specific sets of instructions that you want people to reuse all the time, so you get consistent language across all your lab developers. Pre-built activities and stuff along those lines. So there's lots of things that are coming there. So obviously we'll have lots of videos, and we'll have lots of coverage of that as part of lab developer workshops and so on. So just wanted to keep that going, and thank you for the great comments there. It is something we're really really driving.